One of the most important things you'll want to do is to be able to write on your interactive whiteboard. The way that you can do that is simply by picking on the pencil that's here, hitting the down arrow. It means there's other options that you can select from. I'm going to pick the red pen. I'm then going to go to these horizontal lines here, and this indicates the width. Ordinarily, the top 3 are used for writing, and the bottom 3 here are used for artwork or for highlighting. So I'm just going to pick the thicker one here. The color box indicates the first one is the line color, so it's going to tell me that what I'm going to write is going to be red. So here it is now. Just simply write on the board. Now if I want to manipulate that in any way, I need to go up to the center of the toolbar and hit the select object arrow and then just tap on the screen. You'll notice that a blue bar forms around the word itself. If I hold on to this white circle, I can make the word bigger or smaller. If I hold on to the green circle, I can manipulate the text so I can rotate it in any direction. The down arrow here is for formatting. You'll be familiar with copy, cut, paste, and delete. You may not be familiar with clone. If I want to repeat the exact same thing on the same page, I just hit clone, and you'll notice that 2 of the exact same things are now on the page. I can also lock things in place. So if I want to, I can go to the word lock. You'll notice that blue square is now red, and I'm not able to move that at all anymore, whereas this one here is blue and I can shift it from side to side or wherever I want to on the page. This is important when you're using something like the erasers, which are here. Once again, there's a variety of erasers depending on the size of your mistake. If I select the smallest one, I'm able to just erase a letter at a time. If I select a larger one, I can erase blocks of text. You'll notice though that I can't erase the thing that I locked on the page, so that's handy to know if you're planning on writing things that you don't want people to remove. If I have taken something away and realized that I shouldn't have, there is an undo button. So if you just click on that for as many times as you want, it will restore the text for you, so you haven't lost things in cyberspace. Something else that you may want to do is to use handwriting recognition. If you go to Draw and go to handwriting recognition, which is there, you'll notice a new little toolbar appears down at the bottom of your screen. You can then write anywhere on the screen that you want, and the computer will format that text for you. I have used Queensland handwriting text here. You can set it to be any sort of font that you want. If you want to change the word, you just go down to the selection that's down below, and you can continue to change it until you get to the next word. So this can be changed at all to suit your needs. If I go to this little menu box that's here and go to options, this is where you select the sort of font you want, whether you want a normal pen or a thicker pen, the color, and also the size of the font. You'll notice that recognize linked English letters has been ticked. This is best because the computer won't try to format the word until you have taken your pen off the page, so I recommend using that. If I want to add numbers, it's the same as with your mobile phone. You'll have to go to another menu, and this one is Figure. And with this now I'm able to write on the board, and once again it will format for me. If I want to, I can change any of these numbers that you see here by simply clicking on the ones that are down below in that toolbar. When I've finished with the writing, I can close that option. And if I want to manipulate this now and move it around, I use the select object, tap on the board, and you'll notice I can then manipulate this anywhere I want. I can still use the circle to make it bigger or smaller and use that to rotate it back and forth. And if I want to edit that text for any reason, if I hit Edit Text, you'll notice that there's a text box there. If I'm not near my computer keyboard, I can go up to Tool and Soft Keyboard and actually bring up a soft keyboard here to use. As long as my cursor's in that box, I can then delete whatever it is that I want. If I want to make this text box bigger, I can as well. I can then add in other numbers, and if I highlight the whole thing, I can change it to another sort of font if I want. I'll make that a bit bigger. And I can also change the color of the font so that when I move out of it, I've changed the color as well. And then to manipulate this around, I just move it to wherever I want to. The third way that you can add text is to, once again, using that soft keyboard, oops, I can then select the double T's that are at the top here, and if I've got a favorite type of handwriting that I want to use, I can click on that, and then when I tap on the board, you'll see that flashing cursor. I can then type in whatever it is that I want to on the board. Unfortunately, this is just all one finger typing, so those of you that prefer to use more than one finger may want to just go to your keyboard and type it in from there. I'll close that down as well. Now, some other pens that you may want to use here as well are the highlighter. The highlighter, you need to just make sure that the thickness is as thick as possible. The color is something that you can see through, and an important one is this transparency, the triple circles. And if you hit on 30%, when you highlight the word, it will be light enough to be able to see through, so you'll be able to highlight anything that you want on the page. You may have to do it a few times, a very large font. Another pen that you have here is the texture pen. Once again, the texture pen can be used to cover up words. It's a repeating pattern. And then if you want to, you can use your eraser to erase what's underneath. Remember, I locked that handwritten word underneath before, so that wouldn't be erased away. I'll just erase this, and you can also do the same thing with numbers that are here as well. Another way to cover up words is to go to Draw and to go to the new feature Award Reveal. Initially hit Cover, and you're going to create a text box over the word, and then you go back to Draw, Award Reveal, this time Reveal, and you notice my cursor is turned into a scratchy, and I'm able to scratch away what's underneath. Other pens that you do have here are the brush pen. Once again, select the thickest line, and you can select another color if you want, and this will bleed onto the page, so it's quite good for artwork or for calligraphy. You also have another pen here that is the flat pen. Once again, select the thickest one, and this is quite good for black. It is a much broader stroke that you can use once again for calligraphy or for artwork.